All right, welcome back to Fleck Stocks, a podcast, episode 279. Today on the show, violent illegals are following girls into their homes and trying to steal your kids at the mall and housekeeping. Then we tell you about the Chicago Scream Club, along with some other people who don't have enough real problems in their lives. Then in Cringe of the Week, we have an Uber Eats driver who wipes poo on the wall during a delivery. You're not going to want to miss that. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we got some bad kids who were caught stealing on camera, and we also have their rebuttal after they went viral. You're not going to want to miss it. All this and more, it's Fleck Talks, the podcast, episode 279, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's What the Stocks the podcast featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, picture this. You're stuck in traffic. Your stomach's growling. You're so hungry you could eat an entire steak. But steak isn't portable. Until now. Introducing pocket steaks from Farmer Bill's. Farmer Bill's beef slices are made from whole cuts of beef, air-dried to perfection with a marinade of apple cider vinegar, real spices, and sea salt. It's like a steak in a bag you can take wherever you go. There's nothing more satisfying than red meat when you're hungry, and now you can have it whenever you want. You can get it pre-sliced for on-the-go protein, or you can get it in slab form for snacking at the house. The air-dried steak comes in 4 great flavors. Farmer Bill has garlic and herb, smokehouse, spicy chili, and original. Made with the cleanest ingredients in the meat snack world, and Farmer Bill is a show-watching patriot, so you know the beef is raised by American ranchers. I recommend the bestseller bundle because it comes with a 4-pack sampler, a half-pound slab, 2 jars of the grass-fed tallow bomb, and free shipping. Take an additional 20% off with code FLECKIS20 at checkout. Go to the link in the description or go to farmerbillsprovisions.com. FLECKIS20 is the code for 20%. This stuff is fantastic. I've been eating it nonstop. Highly recommend. And let's support a fellow show watcher. We love Farmer Bill. Thank you to Farmer Bills for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right. Thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
The stuff is so good.
Yeah.
It really is. I eat it all the time. All right. We have a lot to get to. It's a Tuesday episode, so strictly business.
Okay. No jokes, no banter.
We got jokes. We got banter.
Okay.
But let's get right into it. Greg Abbott tried to get all the Democrats to come back to Texas because they were trying to prevent the gerrymandering that they accused us of doing. Can you read that headline?
Yeah. So far, Democrats prevent Texas House from moving forward with Trump-backed congressional map. So as we discussed on the last episode, Texas is doing a little gerrymandering. And we've seen it before, mostly from Democrats, a little bit from Republicans. But they want to do a little redistricting in time for the midterms so that it becomes a more red state. You want me to read this?
Yes, please.
Texas Democrats on Monday prevented their state's House of Representatives from moving forward, at least for now, with a redrawn congressional map sought by President Trump to shore up Republicans' midterm prospects as his political standing falters. Ooh, they editorialized a little bit. After dozens of Democrats left the state, the Republican-dominated House was unable to establish the quorum of lawmakers required to do business. So the Democrats knew this was coming in Texas, and they all said, I'm leaving. Jasmine Crockett types.
I was going to say, sounds like Jasmine Crockett.
Well, that's the only voice I know. And obviously, Jasmine is one of those representatives who represents on the national level. This is Texas State House. But Greg Abbott, Governor Abbott, had threatened them before, and apparently those were a little empty. The threats were a little empty. But he says he will remove from office any Democrat who abandons their duties and refuses to show up by 3 p.m. So I think they just kicked the can down the road a little bit. I think eventually this is going to go through, and Democrats are kind of kicking and screaming and drawing attention to it at this time.
Absolutely. And we've been talking about gerrymandering the last few episodes. I actually found some new stats from NWokeness on Twitter about the percentage of Democrats represented versus how many Republicans end up voting. And it's a perfect example of what gerrymandering looks like.
Yeah, so we'll read off a few states. Percentage of the first number is percentage of the statewide vote, And then the next number is the percentage of the seats. And so California, like 40% of the statewide vote, but they only get 17% of the seats. Massachusetts, 35% of the statewide votes, 0 of the seats. Why would you even vote there? Connecticut, 38% of the statewide vote with 0% of the seats. New York, 42% with 26.9% of the seats. New Jersey, 43%, but with only 25% of the seats. New Mexico is another bad one. That's 44% statewide with 0% of the seats. Hawaii, 0% of the seats. Rhode Island, 0% of the seats.
It's very crazy.
So gerrymandering, it's already happened. Some of those are really bad offenders.
0% of the seats is the big giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. And so this, like Texas, the whole thing is you fired your guns, we're going to fire ours. And in red states, we have to fire our guns back, right?
Absolutely.
And we've talked about it before too, the number of illegals. The illegals are counted in the census and then are counted towards this. So they get a gerrymander boost and then they hit the illegal NOS at the end. And all of a sudden, it's always tight. Even though there was a red wave, it's always tight, right?
But they're always able to call it for Democrats.
Exactly.
That's so true. And then we have some historical context for this as well when it comes to gerrymandering. There was the For the People Act that was passed in 2021 after a big gerrymandering push by the Democrats right before it. Can you read that tweet and then some of the context?
Yeah, this is kind of the leftist response where they're like, oh, this is the accuse your opponents of what you're guilty of, right? So this guy says, just a reminder that in 2021, every single Democrat in Congress voted for H.R. 1 to ban gerrymandering, but Republicans unanimously opposed H.R. 1 and filibustered the bill. The parties are not the same. And this was called the For the People Act.
Sounds like it's a good bill for us.
Who would vote against that? For the people? I'm one of the people, right? But you guys got to remember, we're not going to go through everything that was in this bill, but they're right about banning gerrymandering, but they wanted to ban gerrymandering after they had already done all the gerrymandering.
So no more gerrymandering starting now.
Right now. Okay, no more. And then Illinois' got a district that goes like this, you know? Like it goes around a city. It takes like 2 left turns. But yeah, so that's their generosity. We've already gerrymandered as much as we can. How about we stop? No tag backs, right?
And the best is they make it the For the People Act.
Yeah.
So if you vote against it, you're not for the people. So we have a Free Treats for Puppies Act. And if you vote against it, you don't want to give free treats to puppies. You hate puppies. You want to kill puppies. It also says free healthcare for illegals in there somewhere.
There's also $20 billion earmarked for illegal immigrants. So.
Why do you hate puppies so bad?
Yeah. So, and then broader perspective too, just a reminder that in 2021, every single Democrat in Congress voted for it. And it's like, all right, let's think back. What else happened in 2021? This was all like mail-in ballot stuff, like same-day voter registration stuff, no voter ID type stuff. And it kind of federalized it. And this was right after the 2020 election, which was stolen, brutally, like all those rules that they used to kind of juice that. And that was another piece of NOS that they had on the turbo car. They wanted to put those into law. So that's really what Republicans were voting against. And this is kind of the dishonest framing. Like, you guys voted against gerrymandering, and now you're doing it. And anyone who's like paid attention for the last weekend would be like, oh man, Republicans are horrible.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, but if you read in and you remember what happened in 2021 and stuff, it's obvious what these guys are doing. So,
yep. We're going to move on. Speaking of elections, there was some developments when it comes to voter roll investigations and the existing voter rolls throughout the country.
Trump administration looking to boost election integrity as the DOJ opens a nationwide investigation into voter rolls. The department is calling on local officials to identify felons, dead voters, and also non-citizens who might have cast a ballot. David Spun is live from Washington with more on this one. Hi, David.
Hi, Aisha. Good morning. Today, next week, the week after, and so on, DOJ officials will continue to work on what they call the department a serious problem with our voter rolls. This all stems from a March executive order signed by President Trump, which states in part the Attorney General shall, consistent with applicable laws, coordinate with state attorneys general to assist with state-level review and prosecution of aliens unlawfully registered to vote or casting votes. Attorney.
Good. That's what we need. We need all of the dead people off the voter rolls, and we can't have illegals voting. That's another thing, like you said, like the NAS. They have all these little systems and schemes in place where you get, a bunch of dead voters here, a bunch of mail-in ballots from here. The old people, home people go vote from here. And then you end up having Democrat-controlled cities for a long time.
Yeah, why would you not clean up the voter rolls? And it's, well, I don't know. Someone may come back from the dead, right?
That could affect our scam.
Yeah, or exactly. I mean, and it's dead people, felons, and illegals.
And the thing is, a lot of times people will say, well, those votes aren't counted because everyone's dead and there's a process where they don't allow the dead person vote to go through. Those dead people are requesting and returning ballots.
Yeah.
So that hopefully they all get weeded through and pulled out. But why are they requesting and returning? What's that part?
Yeah, this should be a bait car scenario where you go, you requested and returned a dead man, a man who's been dead for 10 years ballot. You're going to jail.
You have a car full of ballots right now.
But instead, we're just hoping some mid-level volunteer goes, oh, I caught this one, and they rip it up, and nothing ever happens again, right?
As if, exactly. All right.
So those are the things we need to be doing. And if we want to have control and power, clean up voter rolls, do these things. So I'm glad to see that we're doing them while we have full control. In midterms, obviously, like usually the incumbent or the last winning party usually loses seats in the midterms. So we need to gerrymander. We need to clean up voter rolls. We got to do everything we can. These are our NOS. These are our boosters. And our boosters are just like what the founding fathers intended, like how it's supposed to be.
And it's fair. Like our boosters are, and we need to get the dead people off the voter rolls. It's not even like that much of a scam.
Midnight scam that happens. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
pretty basic common sense. Yeah. And then speaking of the previous election, I have a little mini section here of things we don't want to forget. Okay. Someone replied to a Mark Cuban tweet and said, which side are you on, Mark? And he said, I'm on the side of the American people. I'm sick of fucking politics. Don't forget that little weird Democrat lesbian phase Mark Cuban went through like a year ago.
You cannot forget that. He was literally in charge of White Dudes for Kamala. He was like one of the leading men.
Yeah, and he's not even a white dude.
I know.
Chabinsky.
He's Jewish.
So but don't forget, he's trying to play like, oh, I'm on the American people's side. He was a white dude for Kamala leader, and he was so political, and he had those glasses. He looked like Rachel Maddow. He probably still does.
So Mark Cuban can say, I was never a white dude for Kamala, and he's actually technically right. He got you technically.
He likes that trickery, I bet.
But yeah, never forget.
And then also never forget the twinks they rolled out to try to convince young men to vote for them too. Remember the twink carousel they showed? Here they are. Skinny arms, skinny neck.
Choose your twink.
Choose your twink. This is like every American guy.
And then not to go back to last episode too much, but that 18 to 29-year-old demographic of young men just leapt rightward. And I don't know. I think this didn't work, guys.
Yeah, these F slurs had something to do with it. Mm-hmm. Our next story is about pesticides. Simone Gold had a great tweet that summed it up. Basically, the pesticide manufacturers are getting the same immunity the vaccine companies get.
She says, wow, Congress is moving to give pesticide manufacturers vaccine-style immunity. The House just advanced Section 453, shielding Big Chem from liability, freezing EPA oversight, and threatening 60,000-plus cancer lawsuits. The Senate must strike this provision when it reaches the floor. This is legalized poisoning with zero accountability. Say no.
Yeah, very true. And then there was some context as well.
She said more details. Section 453 prevents the EPA from requiring pesticide labels to reflect updated health information after an initial registration or re-registration is complete. It would bar states from requiring additional warning labels, effectively freezing pesticide regulation based on outdated science. It could be used to dismiss or limit future lawsuits by arguing federal law preempts state failure to warn claims.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to keep your eye on. Obviously, we're getting poisoned from every direction. The main pesticide chemical that really fucks people up is the glyphosate that's in Roundup. It really cooks your stomach and gives you all kinds of issues if you eat food. That's why the carbs and the wheat here is so different from the ones in Europe. People say, oh, I go to Europe and I eat pasta and I don't gain any weight. It's because there's not glyphosate in it and you're probably taking more steps on vacation.
Yeah. Combo of the two.
So
there's a deep, dark reason, and then also you walked 14,000 steps in Venice today.
Very true. But keep an eye on that, and also limit your glyphosate intake because that will give you, you know what?
Inflammation?
Yeah.
Super cancer? Turbo cancer?
A little more up here.
Okay.
Grilled cheese sandwich. Grilled cheese sandwich.
Autism.
All right. I didn't say it.
All right.
Next, we're back into our migrant section.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah. Now, what happened with you? You didn't cook on housekeeping.
Yeah, I'm going to cook.
I noticed final page was a little light as well.
Yeah. Well.
You okay? You doing okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
There's not a lot of clips.
Okay.
All right. We have some good news to start off the migrant section.
Yeah, 2025 may mark the first time in 5 decades that America experiences negative net migration per CNN.
That's big. That's uplifting.
Yeah, we got to take the good with the bad. So good is the trend is reversing. Bad is a lot of these individuals are still here and we haven't gotten them out yet.
Speaking of those individuals, we have a Somali rapist who was caught, and he's actually being advocated for by the locals in his town in America.
Yeah, this guy's name is Quaylinle Ibrahim Diri, 41 years old. He raped a 12-year-old girl and received the lightest possible sentence, meaning he could be free in just 8 years. The local Islamic Center wrote a letter urging leniency as the Somali migrant wasn't familiar with our laws and customs. Diri was caught when the girl's brother began communicating with him on Snapchat, pretending to be his sister. He returned to the scene of the crime with condoms, this time to have sex with the 12-year-old for a second time, only to be confronted and detained by the father and brother.
Yeah, so they vouched for him and saying he didn't know the rules. Could have been any of us.
Could have been any of us sneaking into a 12-year-old girl's house with condoms.
Just your average Somali, guys. Let him go.
And that's the problem, man. That's your average Somali, and then that's your average Islamic Center in St. Paul, Minnesota.
The cold place.
We can't give it away. This former Scandinavian place is now riddled with skinnies. You know they used to call them skinnies in Black Hawk Down? That's what they used to call Somalis, skinnies.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Big headies.
Yeah. It was either not your best. Not your best. Skinnies or big headies? I don't know. 4-headies? I don't know.
All right, our next story is kind of depressing. This is the Masters in Economics at Duke University lineup of all the people who graduated.
Yeah, and it's 15 Chens, a couple of Gaos, a bunch of Lees, a lot of Zangs, and some Yus and Jews.
Zhu. XU.
Yeah, so it's like entirely Chinese names.
And it says 100% Chinese nationals, which is a crazy stat. And then if you look at the names, there's not one Smith, there's not a Brandon.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's not a Billy or a Tony.
That's true. None of them changed their names. They kept their Chinese
It's all
names.
just full Chinese. 100% of our Duke graduating class 2025 econ majors are all foreign nationals.
Yeah, masters in economics.
So I don't know how that one worked out.
Yeah, and so, we tell you the good news where 2025 may mark the first time ever in 5 decades that America experiences negative net migration, and then we're telling you why that's good news after the fact,
Yeah, it's good news, but also the bad news is where we're currently at.
Yep.
And then we have some more bad news. Like we mentioned in the intro, this girl was followed home by an illegal. Look how scary this interaction is. Here's her coming to her door. She's moving slow and casual.
Yeah.
Just another day at her house. It's daylight,
She knocks on the door. She didn't even have the keys ready.
And we'll fast forward it because it does take a while to get there.
Gets the keys, gets in.
She gets inside. She's getting the mail or whatever. And then we'll fast forward to when the illegal comes. Here he comes. He's looking out to make sure no one's around.
He acts nonchalant. He already got the house where the hot girl is.
And here he comes trying the door.
And this is like a 50-year-old, 40-year-old weird guy who shouldn't even be here.
So we might need to upgrade our systems for the women out there. We might need to upgrade from pepper spray season to taser season or even pink gun season.
Yeah, cute pink gun that you feel good about, you go to the range with. I don't know, man. This is just scary, and it's a reminder that, we've said this a long time. The people are already here. The dangerous people, the people who are a threat to public safety, a lot of them are already here, and we haven't gotten them out soon enough. And so California, if you're in a state like that, Illinois, if you're in Chicago, you really need to be head on a swivel.
And keep in mind, broad daylight, and it seemed like a crime of opportunity where he just saw a girl go in. It's not like, oh, that's Debbie from my math class.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm just walking around. Ooh, a girl went in that apartment complex. let's go follow her in. Like he was willing to do it no matter what. It just the opportunity presented itself, and that's who we brought in here. These people who have those tendencies.
Yeah, we're not dealing with sophisticated criminal masterminds. We're dealing with like impulsive, borderline retarded people.
Yep, and we have a meme here. Oh, their food is so yummy, and everyone else in the background is taking advantage of our women.
Yep.
Not good, not pretty. And we have another thing that we mentioned in the intro.
That's the thing. Our women, that's like, obviously we don't know who that girl is, but, on an individual level, the man protects his wife, protects his girlfriend. And then on a societal level, it should be the same thing. And it just seems like one side of our country isn't doing that,
And then the Democrats push for so long for men to not be men.
Yeah.
So then one of the things that falls when you push that narrative is protecting women or voting in a way to protect women. So men can't be men anymore. And then what happens? Who suffers? The men? Yeah. Who suffers
Maybe
worse?
some, yeah.
The women who get followed into their house by some guy from El Salvador.
Yep.
Not good. And then we mentioned this in the intro as well. An illegal tried to steal a child at the mall. Look at the video.
Girl walked out. Watch closely. He followed shortly behind her and then casually picked her up. He walked out of view and into a nearby store with the little girl in his arms. News 4 obtained a criminal complaint. It said the girl's father was in the play area with her sibling and didn't realize she'd walked out. Her mother actually happened to be in the store that the suspect wandered into. She noticed the man with her child, confronted him, and he gave the girl up and took off. Fairfax County Police eventually arrested him. His name is Andreas Caceres Jalden.
Some stupid name.
Yeah.
And they labeled him white when they arrested him.
Yeah, that's an important piece. And this guy also had 43 prior charges, including attempted murder and assault. And he was released without bail by Fairfax officials only 3 days before this kidnapping, or attempted kidnapping, whatever it ended up being.
Prison system's racist.
Yeah. We
gotta-
label him white. We label him white. We let him out. He does the thing again. But yeah, the system's so fucked up, man.
So bad.
It's actually funny. The system is fucked up. I agree. Like, I'm commiserating with a hippie. Yeah, system sucks, man. They let this fucking guy out. He should be for life,
Yeah, so true. And then we have another story here from ICE. ICE detained somebody throughout one of their raids, I think.
Yeah.
And here he is walking out, and he's got the thing on his head. And people on Twitter were saying, so mass ICE Nazis are now bagging people when they kidnap them?
Yeah. Yeah. So smart. Yeah. You're real special.
And that's a cloth you put on their head when they're spitting at you.
Yeah.
It's a spit cloth.
Yeah. And then this guy wasn't even an illegal. He just saw ICE and then he went and spit on them and attacked them.
Yeah, there you go.
So we should deport him too.
But they're defending the guy automatically because it's ICE is the other side, and he was spitting on federal officers.
That's the thing. Every time you try to see them doing these optics things, like we went over it with the gerrymandering, where they're like, 100% of Republicans have voted against gerrymandering, and now they're doing it. And it's like, we show you the details, and then it's like, oh, yeah, duh. And then ICE is zip tying and bagging people and taking them out to black sites. And it's like, this guy ran up to ICE and spit on him. Their propaganda never survives that even surface level dig of details.
And they're just counting on everyone being a fish brain retard who just sees the headline of like ICE bagged this citizen.
They scroll up before to look at the next thing.
They go, all right, let's jump into some Indian stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been, dancing around this. Not dancing around it. Indians are number 2. They're the next one up in terms of gaming the system. We've all kind of remember back in the day, class of like 92. Mm-hmm. Let's go all the way back. Class of 92. It was just Mexicans coming up. Right?
They wanted to work at the deli or on the landscaping crew.
I don't even blame them. We had a good thing going. 85% white probably at that point. Had a good thing going. But Indians are clearly number 2 in terms of like getting here as soon as possible and gamifying the system and doing the scams. We showed you the, obviously H-1Bs we've been talking about a lot. The other type of visa where if you're the victim of a crime and so they pay $5,000 for the cops to set up a robbery. But that's why we are covering them so much. We've seen what happened in Canada.
They're a little more sophisticated.
For sure.
Like the class of 92 Mexicans, They just want to work on the landscaping crew and get paid cash.
Yeah.
And then like that's it. Here they're like taking H-1Bs and then we own the company and I transfer the title to my cousin's name and he hires his cousin.
He uses a small business loan for foreigners and then we keep it going.
So they're a little more sophisticated. This is a scene from Frisco, Texas, a suburb out of Dallas.
Yeah. And it's a Costco.
It's Costco and everyone's Indian. The whole city is Indian.
Yeah.
So Don't Mess With Texas is now Chicken Biryani, Texas.
All right. You got lazy there. Don't mess with Little Mumbai or something. I don't know. But yeah, everyone's Indian and, oh, never mind. There's a Chinese guy. We saw a Chinese guy. And, you know, this all happened. Frisco, Texas. Like, you can go back. I bet all their streets are named after people, you know, who fought in the Alamo or something. There's all this history. And then you get replaced like that. Like we were making fun of England last episode, how all their schools are white. What's this? And I think the number was a 4,500% increase in the Indian population over the last 20 years. Went from 2.5% to nearly 1/3 of the city. So that's 20 years. And then every single one of those people are occupying a house. A lot of them have jobs, probably at a nice tech company or something.
Their kids go to the schools.
Yeah. So the replacement is happening not just in England, guys. It's here.
No one uses silverware.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We'll get to that.
And then we have a couple of clips here about what they're up to in India. Like, who are these people coming here and what cultures are they used to from where they came from? This lady went to an Airbnb in India and she had some trash and she brought it to the security guard at the facility she was staying at and asked him to help. And here's what he did.
We are in an Airbnb and we are going to ask our security where we can throw this because there's no bins anywhere here.
There's no trash bins anywhere, they say. That's where you throw the trash away. You just throw it over the wall.
So now you get it. You get it when we show you videos of people dumping their trash out in the woods. You just throw it to somewhere else.
That's the security officer.
Yeah, he's in charge.
Where do I put it? Oh, anywhere but right here.
And then and then with no consideration to how much it stinks or what the trash level is.
And it's like 5 feet away. It's right there. It's not like it's into like an area with all trash.
Yeah, the rats who accumulate on that trash, they'll never get over this wall, right? Rats are notoriously confined by walls and sewers.
So that's what they're up to over there. And then we have another story here. It's kind of about the infrastructure in India. They built a road and the people stole the asphalt.
So freshly laid asphalt and someone's got a shovel and they're stealing the road.
And then they put it into these bowls and bring it home. And it's like, do we need asphalt for anything?
Yeah.
It's free asphalt, I guess.
You know what? And this might speak to their brilliance. We're dealing with scammers or people who you would never even think. Like, that's kind of creative.
Smart.
What if we steal the road? It's like a villain in a heist movie.
You're thinking too big, brother.
Yeah. How can we even do it? And he goes, piece by piece. So we're dealing with a certain type of person here who's becoming a third of the population in a major city in Texas.
And maybe those people aren't stealing the roads or throwing the trash on the ground. Maybe not all of them, probably some of them. But then if you think about it, they're used to it.
Yeah, and then getting to America, obviously, like, the people who get to America are on the high end of India's society, but we still need to stop and pause and think about what we're doing to towns that are completely being changed. And
yeah, like
no reason, with no vote, no referendum on this.
Exactly. Like, how can you have a tight-knit community when a third of the people don't care if someone threw trash all over?
That's true.
Where they came from. Maybe they're not the trash throwers themselves, but
they have a higher tolerance.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Trash everywhere. Who cares? So then it's like, is your park going to look good? Is the beach going to look good? No.
Doubt.
And we have another example of that. A lot of the Indian truckers are...
No, this is more on the Muslim side, I believe. We can't just slander Indians.
Maybe it's Bangladeshi.
Yeah, I think this is Muslim. Who does the feet washing ceremonies? It's Muslims, right?
Yeah, but I think these are Indian. I think they're Bangladeshis, which are Muslim Indians. I don't want to get too geopolitical.
This
So-
rings true. It sounds right.
These are Muslim Indian types who are truck drivers who were doing disgusting, unsanitary things in the truck stop bathrooms.
He's washing his feet.
I am so tired of walking into a men's room at a truck stop and sitting down in a stall and having somebody beside me. It sounds like they're taking their hand in the actual toilet bowl and just doing this right here. But what they're actually doing, though they do that sometimes, they'll actually flush the toilet, stick their hand in it if they don't have a bottle of water readily available, and they'll do this right here with the water to rinse themselves off, if you know what I mean. But if they have a bottle of water, that's when it gets really nasty and vile. They'll pour the bottle of water out, and as they're doing it, they'll take their hand and do this right here. You can just imagine what that looks like. And that's how they clean themselves, because for religious purposes, I guess they're not allowed to use toilet paper. The problem with that is that water splashes everywhere. It hits their bum, and then it splashes everywhere. It goes over the top of the stall, it goes on the toilet, it goes on the ground, the handle of the toilet, the door itself. It's an actual biohazard. And then those same guys will get out and they'll go to the sink, and instead of washing their hands in the sink, at least, no, they're not doing that. They don't wash their hands in the sink. They stick their feet in the sink. They pull them out.
They got the whole thing fucked up.
They got it all backwards. I didn't know that. I thought he was talking about washing the feet in the toilet. They're doing a manual bidet.
Yeah.
And digging around in their ass.
And splashing water. And libertarians be like, if someone wants to splash poop water in their butt and all over the bathroom, it's none of my business.
Yeah. God.
But that's what they're up to. That's how they use the bathroom.
Unbelievable.
Very unbelievable. All right, we are done with our migrant section. We're now moving on to the final page of housekeeping. Make sure you guys tickle the post, help us juice the algo, likes, comments, all this stuff. Yeah, P.O. Box, links, group chat.
All right, you got lazy.
I got lazy,
whatever.
but I say it
You're
every
allowed
time.
to take a day off.
Yeah, I'm taking a day off. All right, let's do our first story. A show watcher almost got fired from his job for interacting with a Fleckus Talks the podcast reel.
What's up, guys? Right off the bat, I'd like to remain anonymous if you choose to discuss this further for reasons that will become clear. So I just got out of an HR meeting about a video of yours I commented on that got a lot of likes, if you can believe it. Someone had the audacity to locate where I work, call my job, and try to silence me by getting me reprimanded or maybe even fired, not knowing I share a child with a black woman. Oh, that's a good get out of jail card.
Yeah.
So you could imagine the meeting was short after I dropped that little detail. It's primarily just absurd that this even happened to me and shows the kind of discrimination that only applies to one side nowadays. Thought you'd get a kick out of that story. Don't let anyone silence you guys ever. We need truth out here. Cheers.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
HR meetings about us, and then they show the video, and it's the show.
That's nice. That's actually, I like that. Yeah, fuck you, HR. Like, that's actually hilarious that an HR person, like some woman, has to play the reel. She has to watch our content.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling. And actually, you know what? I was going to say, I want someone to contact my job, contact HR. But I have a rule where if I say the N-word on camera, like somebody catches me out, 7-Eleven or something, I lose my temper and say N-word, I actually get $1,000, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's how we do it here.
There you go. That's legally binding, guys. We hadn't talked about that before.
That's reverse HR.
But that is now legally binding.
I'm HR, and you get promoted for saying the N-word.
Thank you.
All right, next we have a whale attacking a boat.
Just stay here, stay here. Oh my God, they're going over. Oh, man overboard.
Shut the motor off. Shut the motor off.
They say shut the motor off. Isn't that like your best line of defense?
I don't know.
Chop this thing up.
This title says a whale has passed away after colliding with a boat.
Oh.
So the whale died.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't realize. And I don't know if you guys know this. Whales are marine mammals.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Marine mammals. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next,
we have milk. They have
Yeah.
milk. I think that's what a mammal is, right?
You took it too far. Next.
Whale milk. I'm going to bottle some whale milk.
Whale milk gets you fucking
Whale
right.
milk. Take me to HR. Give me the whale milk.
All right, next we have Japanese boat racing. I just thought this was cool because of all the movement you have to do to kind of get the torque. And they cruise around. You see how they cruise around like this?
What is this?
It's a Japanese little boat race. And then on turns, they have to lean.
Oh, I like that. I like
and then you
that.
get these fun turns.
Tokyo Drift.
And then you see him bouncing on it.
Powers his way into second.
So it's like horse jockeys mixed with like motorcycle racing. It's pretty cool. And you see how much fun they have? It's because there's no migrants.
For sure.
They're able to enjoy their lives and do shit like this. I can't do anything like this.
I can't even come close.
You ever go to the Home Depot?
And I like how everyone's got their own color when
Yeah.
they get out there with the boat race. Japan is very big on aesthetics.
Yeah.
They like it to look right, too.
They do a good job. And then also, I'm a big fan of Mercedes classic cars. The Japanese AMGs, they do a really good job with those.
Okay.
It's very sleek. It's something I would like.
All right.
And if you guys have any connections to that or want to give me one for very cheap, please DM me. Next is an egg guy. Eggs gear perpendicular. So as you can see, I just thought this was cool because this is something we could all do at home.
2 dog bowls, a piece of wood, and 8 eggs. And you got a functioning gear.
So yeah, you guys want to try this? This is like anyone can do it.
There you go. Good hobby.
There's no what's it called? Barrier to entry.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably $24. 2 dog bowls.
All right, our last piece of the final page of housekeeping. We have a very special announcement. It's a sad announcement, but it's a hopeful announcement too. One of our show watchers, Trevor, his son is having open heart surgery in September, and they need help covering the medical bills. I've already vetted this. These are real people. He's a real show watcher. This is his son, Liam. He needs a cone procedure, it's called. So we have a link in the bio for the Give, Send, Go. Let's all come together, send a few bucks each, whatever you can afford, nothing crazy. And let's try to get them to their goal. Trevor, Liam's dad, is a really nice guy. I've interacted with him before on Twitter, major show watcher. So let's do a nice thing here and help pay for their open heart surgery.
Open heart surgery for a little kid.
Yeah. Show watcher's kid.
Yeah.
Let's all come together on this one. Link is in the description. Let's all get together and help. All right. We are moving on from housekeeping into Cringe of the Week. All right. Our first segment of Cringe. The theme here is people making easy life hard.
I was going to say people acting like their life is hard when they don't really know how easy it is.
People acting like their life is hard.
Okay.
And they don't know how easy it is.
Yeah.
That was what I put together for this segment.
All right.
First, we have the Chicago Scream Club.
2, 1.
All right.
And you see we got the Indian guy there for the hugs at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what he's there for.
I could sniff that one out. Chicago used to be like a hard-nosed city, like a tough city. It's cold.
Of course.
It's not New York. It's not L.A. It's just Chicago, blue-collar adjacent.
Meat packing, industrial stuff, a lot of trains moving in and out. Got to move this freight.
Yeah.
Now women who work in HR and laptop jobs are screaming into Lake Michigan.
Because their life's so hard. People with gloves with the fingers cut off because they need to be able to grab the pipe.
Yeah. Union shit.
Union
Pipe
shit.
fitters.
And then also, what they're doing here actually could be helpful, like minus the screaming aspect of it.
The screaming might be the least important part of the whole thing.
It's like you have a group of people who are like-minded, and everyone's meeting on Tuesday at 4 o'clock at the river or at the lake, and it's a beautiful scene, and you're outside, and you're getting sun, and you're part of a group. Like, that is helpful more than yelling because I'm stressed from work.
Yeah, and we've covered a lot in Cringe of various people, men going out in the woods, paying $3,000 to go scream and let loose with their buddies. So this isn't a gendered thing, but I agree. The screaming is maybe the least important part of this. They're developing a community and all that.
It's like, guys, instead of screaming, let's play kickball.
Yeah.
Let's turn this into a bowling league.
Exactly. And that's Chicago as hell, bowling. And imagine what the Scream Club looks like in Frisco, Texas. It's all Indian, guys. It's all him.
Chicken biryani shit.
I know.
They're on the ground
Disgusting.
for the little group meal after on a garbage bag, and they slurp it up.
Yeah. And so what do you think they're... And I noticed, honestly, something, too. Some of these people were like, really mad. And some people were like, woo! They kind of wanted to let loose. So some people are there for different reasons.
That's a good point. And this is like people trying to do therapy on themselves. And obviously therapy is a big trend lately. We have some interesting points about therapy here. Everyone is doing more therapy than ever, but people today are less happy than ever. And the right wing's view is therapy doesn't really help.
Therapy's fake and gay, pretty much, is our stance.
You go talk to some Democrat woman who's going to like tell you why you need to keep focusing on your problems. Yeah. You're not going to get anything fixed.
Well, that's also a meme. It's like therapy is gay. You go to a liberal and until you agree with them. Like, that's basically the gist of it. And there are some good ones, obviously. I know personally good psychiatrists, psychologists who do good work and don't enable that. But then they'll still get a non-binary kid who comes up to them and then they don't really stand up to it or anything. Mm-hmm. You want me to read this?
Yes.
So this guy says, well, you know who he is, Josh Delaney.
Indian.
Yeah. It's okay. Some of them are great.
He can make a good point.
Therapy is invented. 120 years pass. Everyone's more anxious, neurotic, and depressed than ever before. How did this happen?
And then we have another tweet here about why therapy often backfires with some example.
Yeah, it says the centipede's dilemma. Ask a centipede which of its 100 legs moves the fastest, and it forgets how to move. Reflecting on what we normally do without thought ironically worsens performance. A culture of endless self-reflection, therapy, and navel-gazing is eroding important life skills.
I think that's a good point.
People are getting the yips in life.
Yeah.
Like people overthink and, oh, what did I do? Oh, that was so awkward. Bye. And then they leave the work happy hour because they maybe didn't ace the handshake or something. Right?
And like no one even noticed and no one even cares, but they're all in their own head self-analyzing too much. And that happens a lot with people with like, say something happened to you as a kid or something happened to you when you were younger. And then a lot of the reasons people will justify their current behavior is like, well, I had this traumatic experience. And then that becomes your identity. And then that becomes the excuse for not excelling elsewhere when you kind of just need to, sounds boomery, move on.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you know, the old Chicago people, they're now screaming in the lake. The old guys used to just bottle it up. Yeah. Maybe drink a little more that night. And you know,
have a couple extra sips on the way home.
And they each have pros and cons, but yeah, I totally agree with you that it's like the over-analyzing, it becomes an endless cycle. And there's definitely things like, oh, this happened in my childhood or that happened in my childhood and that's why I do this or something. Like my dad never bought me shoes and we always had to shop clearance and so I buy the best shoes now. Like there's definitely like some little things like that. But the big ones that people harp in and then make their identity, it's a recipe for disaster and overanalyzing.
And it gives them an excuse to not accomplish and become their full potential because, well, I can't because my mom was really mean.
Yeah, I got this monkey on my back. Like it's
like you're in charge of your own life and not everyone's upbringing is perfect or you can't control everything that happens to you, but you're in charge of the end result and getting as close to your potential as possible. And if you make an excuse for it, yeah, some therapist will say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to listen
to your boss. Yeah, you're right. $140 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
You're definitely right. You're so right.
Yeah, come back next week.
We
really need to keep
Tuesday
talking.
At 10.
We got to keep talking about this. Yeah. And it's like, keep talking about it. I'd rather just not talk about it.
Yeah. I think we solved it. There's never a solve date.
Yeah, there's never a solve. That's a good point. Yeah. In our next story, these people are doing funerals for the chicken at Trader Joe's.
Here today to mourn the untimely death of the chickens whose bodies are here behind us. Chickens who were slaughtered at Purdue's Petaluma Poultry Slaughterhouse. We are here to honor their lives because no one else is.
Yeah, so this is stuff you worry about when your life is pretty easy. Instead of worrying about how to get dinner on the table, you're worried about how dinner was treated before it was put on the table.
What was dinner's name?
And these people, they're passionate. They should worry about black crime.
I think so. Channel their energy to something important.
Yeah, they got the signs and posters. We covered a story a couple weeks ago where a 16-year-old was shot by his uncle because he ate the last honey bun.
Imagine.
We should talk about that.
Yeah. You should go start protesting.
And I have a point here. I'm going to cook a little bit. If God didn't mean for us to eat the animals, why are they made out of delicious meat?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken wings with ranch. Oh, you're not supposed to eat that.
Yeah, that's commandment. You can't eat that.
No, you can't have shrimp cocktail. That's just supposed to be the water bugs. You could drink the spicy ketchup, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me.
Does not ring true.
If it's not meant to be eaten, why does a ribeye steak taste so good? Why is Farmer's Bills so delicious?
I agree.
So true. And then
so true to yourself.
And then we have the other side of the spectrum here, people who are having problems with eating, not because they're vegan or care about the animals, but because they have like an OCD type thing where they can't eat any foods.
Yeah, it's called ARFID. This is avoidant restrictive food something disorder. And these people, you know, they eat chicken nuggies and plain white rice. And a lot more people are posting about it online these days. Let's just play this for a second to see the state of this type.
I have an extreme fear of trying new foods, and today I'm trying steak. I'm trying to prep myself for this one. I don't know why, but this freaks me out. I did ask my wife a few questions about this before I started recording. My biggest concern is that this is going to be very chewy. I think I've said before that I don't do well with chewy.
All right. He takes the bite of a small kindergartner and he gets it down, right?
Brother, your grandfather's arm was mangled in an industrial machine making steel somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't eat the steak. And then if you're going to eat...
He's worried the steak is going to be chewy. That's what he's up to now.
He's got a wife.
Yeah.
You run a house, and then also he's got a filter on that makes his complexion look better.
Is that true?
He's got like a filter.
Ugh.
And then after all this, it's, you know, the well-done steak. Maybe throw some hollandaise on it.
Do something. But you want to play this next one, too?
We have another guy, too. And we're going to play this fast.
This says, the worst things my husband with ARFID has tried so far. This guy looks like a normal guy. Kiwi.
It's like a baby.
Yeah. Fried egg on a bagel sandwich. Honestly, one of the least offensive things ever.
It's like one of the best things to eat. You almost can't even eat it because it's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's too spicy.
Watch him think. Whipped cream he doesn't like. All right, so these people are kind of making it a social media thing with their ARFID, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we're going to tie this back into the therapy thing because it's kind of the same thing as the centipede, I think, for most of these people, where it's something that happened when they were a kid, or my mom never forced me to try things that I didn't want. She always made me dino nuggets whenever I needed, or boiled a bag of rice. And so one of the things for ARFID says environmental and social factors. So early childhood experience, difficult or traumatic feeding experiences in early childhood, such as being forced fed or experiencing inconsistent routines around food, can contribute to the development. Cultural and social influences. While needing more research, social or cultural factors, including family patterns and cultural expectations surrounding food, may play a role in ARFID.
And it could be kind of what we said, where it's like, maybe you're not the most, maybe you don't like a variety of foods. You're not that adventurous when it comes to food.
Totally reasonable, right?
Reasonable.
Gagging at the steak, you've lost reasonable.
But then once you find out you have ARFID, now it's like, oh, I don't have to eat anything. I have this thing, and I'm only eating mac and cheese or pizza or whatever.
Now I have a name for it. I'm never going out to dinner with my wife again. I'm getting mac and cheese. There's like a self-fulfilling thing where you have like a trend or like an inclination towards something. Then you find out there's a name for it. Then you find out there's a whole online community that's also dealing with this. And you get sucked into this death spiral and you're gagging on a little tiny fourth grader's bite of steak, right?
So true.
So this is one of those things. How many people do you think had ARFID in 1954? Like fucking 10, 10 maybe. With the internet, with overanalyzing, with the therapy world we're in, it probably exploded. So fuck these guys. I'm kidding. I think they got stuck in something.
I think it's like an OCD thing.
Well, and then you focus on it and you get more and it's a spiral. This is what I'm doing here. You get deeper and deeper. And eventually your wife is filming you for content to watch you eat like ketchup, for the first time.
All right, let's get to our next story. It's something we mentioned in
Let's do this meme.
Oh, yeah, we have a meme here.
This meme, Pedro Pascal, we talked about it in Bonus Land, I think, only, but how he gets anxious and he starts grabbing his hot female co-stars. Yeah. Somebody said, how come Pedro Pascal never gets anxiety around Bella Ramsey? And she's like the meme person, which is funny. And then Mimetic Sisyphus said, it's just like how ARFID people can always tolerate chicken nuggets, but can't eat a vegetable. So
I have that.
It's like the little kid thing, but you get broccolini, you get asparagus, you can do whatever.
Butter.
Okay.
Butter in the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Bacon in the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. But that's kind of the vibe we're getting. These ARFID people. Oh, I just happen to love quesadillas and chicken nuggets, and I really hate broccoli. It's like this. It's a 2-year-old who times 10. Now you're 20, doing the same thing. So.
All right, our next story is what we mentioned in the intro. This Uber Eats driver wipes poo on the wall. He wipes it on the wall and then smells his finger and then leaves. Probably felt pretty good, but that's not the point.
That's the second time you've kind of almost agreed with the digger, the butt digger. Is there anything you want to tell us? Are you digging around in your ass?
Old pair of underwear before you throw it in the wash.
Oh, that's what you're up to.
I'm joking. It's a joke. It's meant to make people freak out.
Yeah, there's always a sliver of truth at every joke, I think.
Jokes.
You're digging around.
There's no digging.
All right.
There's no digging.
All right.
But jokes aside, you can get sick from loose poo like that, especially with gay guys. They get sick from it.
Nice transition.
I have to connect it all.
Especially with gay guys.
So it's either like Indian unsanitary conditions where they dig in their butt and then they eat. I'm sure that gets poo in your mouth. And then gay guys, I'm sure, get poo in their mouth. I can think of a few ways how.
Yeah. Cernovich said, there's no polite way of saying this, even though it's objectively and scientifically true and proven. Unrestrained homosexual sodomy is creating new forms of antibiotic-resistant infections.
And here's one of them.
And he's talking about Shigella infection among gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men. Gay covers it. Gay, bisexual men and other men who have sex with men, and they call that MSM. Yeah. Are among groups at high risk for antimicrobial resistant Shigella infections. CDC does not know how many Shigella infections are among men who have sex with men. However, multiple outbreaks of Shigella among men who have sex with men have been reported worldwide. They have to say the whole phrase every time.
It's really exhausting.
It's exhausting. They write it. It's so wordy. And Shigella bacteria can spread through sexual contact, direct contact, and in parentheses, it says oral, anal sex, and rimming. It says rimming. And indirect contact, touching contaminated sex toys or condoms, or the fecal-oral route, ingestion of contaminated food or water, or contact with contaminated surface. Fecal-oral route.
They could just say either Indian eating dirtily or gay guys rimming.
Yeah. Fecal-oral route and sexual contact, they're treating them like two different ones, but in the gay community, those tend to merge, is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, we've done research.
You're digging around.
I'm watching videos.
I'm researching this one.
Watching videos.
We separate before the podcast.
All right, well.
But yeah, so another disease. We've covered, over the life of the show, we've covered several, the outbreaks, the monkeypox, now Shigella, and it's getting drug resistant. So the gay guys aren't very good at finishing their pills. They don't take it all the way. They start not showing symptoms and they go, oh, I don't need to take those antibiotics anymore. I'm going clubbing, which, as you know, is the worst way you can do it.
Very worst way.
Yep.
All right, next we have a lady who tries to explain why the way she eats is better than the way white people eat.
The reason why people don't eat with your hands is because your food is not delicious.
So you're literally dropping food on yourself. It's like we have a freeze frame here. The food's falling on your lap.
And the food's falling on your lap and your fingers are knuckle deep in your mouth. And I like this. This has become a big talking point or an argument because this is third world shit. Everybody knows it. We know it. They're eating a lot of fork and spoon foods with their hands and they just slurp it in their mouth. And how is sticking 4 fingers up your mouth sanitary in any way?
It's not. So if you look at this, it's like, yeah, you and Indian people agree and us white people who invented the whole world we got this one wrong, I guess.
You guys should link up and get the fuck out. And then there's this other part of the argument where they're acting purposely dense, and they'd be like, well, you eat cheeseburgers and pizza with it. And it's like, yeah, there's a crust. It's a dough.
My hands don't go in my mouth.
Watch. My fingers are here. Yours are here. Yeah. So very dense, very stupid argument.
And then our last piece of cringe, just a funny headline from Cycling Weekly. You can't call yourself a cycling community without a fat black woman riding with you. I believe that's real.
Yeah, I checked.
Real.
Just bring a fat black woman is the headline, basically.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're not a real cyclist. Sorry, Lance Armstrong, all those Tour de France's you won. There was no big black woman near you. So we're going to have to take those back. Unrelated to the steroids.
Yeah, crazy. All right, well, that is the end of Cringe. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, Urban Decay. We're going to start this segment off with some fights. We have a few fight scenes here. First one is in Toledo.
Oh.
Guys, pants are down.
Pants down, fighting in front of the buffet.
Everyone's morbidly obese. Don't disrespect Mr. Panda in Toledo. Everyone's morbid. And the only time they're all in unison is when someone mentions the police. Watch, they all look off. It's a freeze frame. It's like a Scooby-Doo moment.
And keep that in mind. If you ever get in a situation, you go, cops are here, cops are here.
It gives you a second to pepper spray someone right in the face.
Or run, or go inside and get away. Like that freezes everybody. Cops are here, and they're all going to look for the cops, and that gives you a second to do what you need to do.
Yeah, really dumb people in a aggressive situation like this, really dumb people are more easy to socially engineer. Yeah. So you have to be thinking. You got to be a thinker during this fight.
Like if you're
somehow involved, which the thinking actually takes place earlier where you're never even outside Mr. Panda. During the black fight.
Yeah. And imagine you're getting robbed, right? And there's someone right in front of you and you're like, whoa, easy, man, easy.
Officer.
Yeah. And then they'll turn around and then you run.
Yeah.
And they're going to chase you. They can't catch you.
Yeah, they probably can.
Not
the fat one.
They can't catch any of us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And next we have a fight at the gas station. This is a FedEx employee.
My motherfucking money. You charge my motherfucking car and I ask I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'll beat your motherfucking counter. Bitch, you charge my car, I ask for my money back, give me all my motherfucking money back. You don't give me no motherfucking credit card fee.
Good job.
Fuck is your problem, bitch? Take your immigrant ass back to where the fuck you came from, bitch. I said, bitch. I don't give a fuck where you put it at.
Say it again.
You lucky I don't hide behind this motherfucking counter.
Say it again. Say that again.
Ass bitch.
And she's got to steal some alcohol.
She steals some fireball shots on the way out.
Yeah.
It's rare to see a fat black woman so loud like this.
I know.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like an old Asian woman getting violent.
Yeah. Wearing the FedEx uniform while you're doing this. That's like, you don't even think about that. They don't even care. This is like, no, this is separate from that. I ain't representing them.
Yeah.
This is between me and you.
It's like, ma'am, you're wearing the uniform right now. And I was thinking, what would ever make you freak out like this at a gas station?
I don't know.
My truck's on fire. Hit the kill switch. Hit the kill switch. My truck's on fire right now. Hit the kill switch.
There's like one thing.
The thing that sprays the whole gas station.
But this is the thing. It's a little dispute over a small refund. I guess maybe they show on camera later he gives her the money. So I think she maybe paid with a credit card and he gave her cash and then maybe less a credit card fee or something. That seems to be what would be the cause of the dispute. But you get in a little dispute and then you hit someone and then you steal. So you're in the dispute and then you commit 2 crimes.
And you're wearing your job's uniform. You have a job.
And maybe
you're a member of society who's employed by a massive corporation.
And maybe it was unfair and maybe you're going to take your business elsewhere, but you just committed 2 separate crimes because you had to while out.
Yep. And our next story is from the Indiana State Fair. Here's a fight.
Not much of a fight, but...
families and kids everywhere.
Multiple strollers that thankfully were empty as the mob of water bugs went by.
Mm-hmm. They really put the N in Indiana State Fair.
Yeah, they do. Both ends. First and the second.
I'd like to cook up here a little bit real quick. It's kind of like a segregation question. I think if you asked black people and said, do you want to live separate from white people? They'd all say yes.
Yeah.
Then if you asked white people that same question anonymously, they'd all say the same thing.
A good amount.
And then everyone's happy.
Yeah, but then the complaints start when the facilities start to decay. And then the separate, they always think separate but equal. And they go, but we get the baseball stadium in a park, right?
So yeah, as long as you maintain it.
Yeah, and they don't. And then that's when it gets, and you know what? Looking back on the segregation, the black only water fountain, maybe that was just like poorly maintained and that was part of it.
Started out nice.
I'm going to cook on something else here. I always laughed when I was a kid. The Fighting Irish had the logo like this, and these black people do it like this. This is their Fighting Irish logo. You see it? Like where it's like over the head where they're kind of wide stance?
Yeah, that's a good point. And then someone made a funny comment. Last time on in the show in Urban Decay, we talked about how a lot of times black people are generally looking to escalate.
Yeah, the McDonald's takeover.
It's like, what's a fight over? Oh, this guy stole my girlfriend. I'm going to go fight him. For black people, it's like, oh, what did you say? Well, what did you say? Well, what did I say? What do you mean? And then it's actually a fight. Yeah. Someone said general escalation as if it's like a war person in the military, like general escalation.
New lore character, general escalation, ready to serve.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. And then Joe Biden was giving a speech the other day, and he made some pretty interesting points about who the biggest threat to black people is.
Yeah, he went to a Chicago lawyers gala, and he said he slammed Trump as an existential threat to black Americans in speech.
Yeah, I don't think it's Trump, brother.
Yeah.
Trump's not at the Indiana State Fair.
Trump at the state fair. Going like this.
He's not at Mr.
Secret
Panda
Service.
with his pants falling down.
Yeah. He definitely didn't kill anybody over a honey bun or a donut stick.
He's not yelling in his FedEx uniform.
Which there was someone who got killed, a kid got killed over a donut stick. A foster dad or an adoptive dad killed a kid because he was getting into his snacks. And he texted someone and he was like, I'm going to kill this kid. Like texted his girlfriend or baby mama or wife or whatever.
And then he did.
And it didn't even make it into Urban Decay.
Crazy.
Like we had to cut it. I don't know. But the point is, and then Trump's the biggest threat. It's like killing each other, killing themselves.
And then like the donut sticks thing, it's not like he hit the kid and then the kid died and it's like, oh shit, I hit him in his heart in between the beats or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like premeditated. It's like, I'm going to kill this kid.
He like stuffed him in a laundry in a dryer.
Crazy.
Suffocated him.
Very sad.
But Joe Biden, who has dementia, has prostate cancer, is still giving speeches. That's what like that speaks to a different level of somebody like having something over on him, right? Like, hey, we do need you to go out there and do this, right?
And he's like, I have to.
Shouldn't he be completely retired and like at home, like almost kind of like checked out?
Sleeping on the beach like he used to while he was the president? Shouldn't he be doing that?
Shouldn't something like that make sense? So when he was the president, his job was to go sleep on the beach. And then when he's out of power, it's go stir things up a little bit at the Chicago Lawyers Gala.
Go incite some race hate.
Yeah, that's interesting to me.
Very interesting. All right, our next piece of Urban Decay. These kids were caught stealing, I believe, from Walgreens. And look how they react when they get locked in.
You got like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this up. 10. Open this fucking door. I'll call my mom. Call my mom. Bitch, I been knew how to count, ho. Show 4 out of that. Dad do that. You can open the door. Open the door. Bitch, get this shit from my face, please. I'm gonna open up this door because I'm not playing. All I fucking know is y'all gonna open it. I'm not playing.
You know how to count. You have hands. Open the door.
I open up this door before we break this bitch.
Break it. Go ahead.
I'm finna break some up in this bitch. I'm God. I'm finna. You guys must be dumb. I would like that fight with y'all. Do not play with me.
You do not like that, but you can't open the door.
Do not play with me. Open this door, my trash.
This is how they mama act.
They're in the mama outfit, and the kid sounds like a woman. Sounds very gay. Or
very feminine. You got 10 seconds. Open the door. 10, 9, 8. And then they're dressed like their mom, too. They're wearing bathrobes and pajamas and slides.
Which is the ghetto mom uniform.
Yeah.
And usually something on their hair.
Yeah, that's very much mini versions of They Mama. And someone said They Mama's probably parked in the handicap spot out front with no license plate waiting to pick them up.
Nissan Altima.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's very rarely, like, I know we talk about being raised by a single mother being, like, really bad for a kid and having disciplinary problems and an indicator of, future criminality, right? Or it's a large predictor of future criminality. But I very rarely see someone act exactly like the mom.
Yeah.
So that was a huge eye-opener for me.
And imagine the teachers that have to deal with these kids in school.
A sassy, you're arguing with a kid with like male hormones just starting out, but he's got the identity of a sassy black woman.
And he's in
It's
seventh.
kind of the worst of the tale of two worst cities.
Yeah, and he's in 7th grade, and he never passed a grade before that, so he doesn't know anything. He can't even learn, and he's got an attitude, and he's violent.
Yeah, popcorn, Jamal, your turn to read. And then he gets mad and starts counting down from 10.
And then the teacher goes, all right, no more popcorn, no more reading for the class. I'll just put it on a tape and press the button.
Yeah. There's also like obviously, that's the main takeaway. Like, these kids are acting like women, weird ghetto women. And, but they also have the same thing that a lot of the black shoplifters do, or shoplifters in general, I should say, where they start negotiating. You're stealing. They lock the door, which is clearly their response to your stealing, and they go, you better open this. Like, I'm going to call my mama. It's over. They got you. You have to put it down to be let out. But they start negotiating. They think they can, like, you're caught stealing, and you'd think it would be like, they got me. They start begging. It's like one of the 5 stages of grief. They denial, and then they get to bargaining.
And then they caught you, and it's like, oh, what was your tactic? Did you do like a bodysuit where you stuff stuff in, or winter coat? Nah, I just got a bag and loaded it up and then started walking towards the door. Like, you didn't even plan it that good.
3 young black kids. We were just going to walk out.
And then this video of them went viral, and then they had a rebuttal, I believe, with their sister, their big sister. And here's what they said.
Okay, so y'all, let me address this motherfucker. Let me sit up. What y'all sit up right. So these people in the comments, what y'all got to say to them?
Okay, so please, can people stop saying they mama poor, they can't afford food, our mama can't afford
and
food.
second of all,
we fully dressed, we got more money than you, bitch.
Second of all, y'all dicking, get off dick. Y'all niggas
about my sister. This is not my mama, this is my sister. She make more money than you. She got her own house. She pay her own bills. She got more shit than you. You broke, you ain't getting no more shit. And that was not food inside that bag. That was snacks and toys.
And if it was, yeah, that's what y'all like the fuck.
Matter of fact, everybody steal. Matter of fact,
y'all got food. Everybody that knows know y'all got food.
Y'all grown people.
So the takeaway is everybody steal, and my sister, the woman with the red hair, she's better than you because she has her own house and pays her own bills.
That always seems to be a big bragging point. Someone pays their own bills.
What is that? Isn't that what everyone does?
Have you ever had someone pay your bills?
I've never had someone pay my bills.
Have I? No.
She pays her own bills.
But that's like in your face. And in the ghetto, that probably is. That probably is a own.
That's a flex.
You on Section 8 in EBT. My sister pay her own bills. That's like, oh, shit.
My sister lives in a house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But man, very semi-literate. They defend, they double down. It wasn't food, it was snacks and toys they was stealing. That's the funny part. There's a comedian who has this big joke about how there was a period of time in his life where he was like 12 or 13 and he was still playing with wrestling toys, but he was also smoking cigarettes. And so it's like this funny thing where he'd be like smoking a cigarette on the side of his house and then playing with wrestling toys. And like, those are funny. It's a funny joke, right? From a normal guy comedian. But then this is kind of the darker side of it, the stealing, and then you're stealing toys, like the little kid.
I committed a felony to get a super soaker.
Action figures. Yeah. So pretty dark.
And
you want to read this from the sister?
The sister put some stuff online, I guess, to defend them. I couldn't read it or understand it.
Yeah. Because the one thing about this sister, I ain't going to explain shit to y'all. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about what the fuck y'all saying. Y'all better go text one of our other sisters that's going to keep it cool, because I'm going to take shit to hell and back, and that's on y'all, dead-ass people.
Yeah.
These people, I think she only knows a few words. This is like a hidden illiteracy. He doesn't know how to spell. It's all phonetic. I don't. Like I-own is I don't. I don't. So it's all like kind of spelling it out. I'm not even going to read the next one.
At least they know which letters go with what sound.
I know.
That's not nothing.
It's a start.
Well, that's the end of Urban Decay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You want to do this one?
Don't get too down or too depressed. We're moving on to Uplifting Gold.
Okay.
All right, our first clip of Uplifting Gold. There was a black podcast, and they're talking about white boys and how they're becoming better fighters, and they're worried about it.
Yeah, and I sent this to you, and I thought this was just kind of a funny, like, racial, like, they're obviously racially aware, and I thought it was a funny angle. I kind of liked these guys.
There was an era in America where we had fully convinced people that like every black dude could fight better than them.
The fallout of that has been difficult.
They don't believe that at all anymore, and it's been tough to watch.
Absolutely. White people don't even think that anymore.
Yeah,
No.
that's tough.
That MMA shit ushered in a new era.
Oh,
of
for real though.
Where they were like, nah, you don't scare me at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Conor McGregor got them all gassed. Honestly, if it was a black government, I'd say they should have took out McGregor like they took out Dr. King.
No,
you
that's
need to
real.
nip that in the bud.
That's real.
We cannot have these white boys out here thinking they can fight.
Bro.
That's a problem.
He's inspiring the wrong generation.
They already got a loneliness epidemic. You stack fighting on top of that.
I was kind of hoping like the super racist people were like old, fat, and can't really move, drunk.
Yeah.
But you get a bunch of like Conor McGregors.
No, it's like 2.0.
Marching?
Bro.
They like it now.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think they had a good sense of humor. They had some fun with it. They had the Photoshop in there. I like those guys.
That's the My Mama Told Me podcast.
There you go. They probably don't like us, but I laughed.
But we can fight.
I laughed. Yeah, and we are some of those types. Yeah.
You can bench 225 as many times as I want.
Yep.
All right, next we have a gator getting grabbed out of the pool.
I got you. You're fine.
It's a police body cam.
This is what cops deal with, you know?
I was going to say.
You go. Wow.
Obviously,
you grew up here.
Yeah. Well, I'll load them up in the back of my car. Okay. And I'll take them to a pond that doesn't have any residential. So. Thank you very much.
Do you tip him for that?
I was going to say, this is totally not in his purview. If you're a cop, you go, all right, I'll call animal control.
Defund the police, though.
Yeah. No, this guy went above and beyond the Call of Duty, I think.
Yeah, and the key takeaway is you can just grab them.
Yeah.
These little gators, you just grab them by the back of their neck.
Yeah.
And they'll try to get you, but they can't. You got to hold on tight. Mm-hmm. And once you show them that you're not letting go, you got them. So if you guys want to grab gators and then do a show shout out, we'll put it on.
That's a good idea. Encourage the show watchers to riskily grab gators for the first time in their life, as long as you shout out the podcast.
Because I told them it was easy.
Yeah.
No
Smart.
risk.
Smart.
Was it going to bite you? You ever heard of getting bit by a gator?
I haven't.
What are you, was he in death roll? You ever heard of gators death rolling people?
Sounds made up.
All right, next. This was just funny. This guy picks up roadkill. I don't know why I liked that.
All right. Yeah, you know, some things are personal to you. I was going to say that was an ARFID person who just had to try steak with A1 sauce.
Yeah.
But
good one.
Thank you.
All right, next. This is a good energy baseball player. Sunglasses, swag, the gloves. Yep. The helmet without the face mask. It's important.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome, that's fun. Does the thing. Let's go. I like this guy. And here comes his at-bat. 1 for 1. Throws the bat down. Home run. Let's go, buddy. That's what I like. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And he says, that's the ball game. That was a game-winning home run.
That was a walk-off.
Walk-off homer.
Good for him.
All right, next, this guy's buying fishing lures.
You know, Down syndrome people, like, he did the bat thing, boom, and does it. And, like, obviously, Down syndrome people are kind of like, they like the WWE. They like kind of being show buddy. You think someone, you know, like, when someone gets cocky or showboats, when I was a kid playing sports, I'd be like, fuck that guy. You think another Down syndrome person kind of doesn't like him?
Have some class.
Yeah, exactly. Or do you think they all just take their turn and do their thing?
I think they take their turn and do their thing.
It'd be funny if there were, I bet there are rivals. Oh, I hate him.
Talking about sportsmanship and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's too showboaty.
I bet there is. I bet there's some beef.
I'll look into that.
Okay.
Next, this guy's buying fishing lures at Bass Pro Shop and he tries them out. That's pretty good. Yeah. He knows that one works. All right, the Pure Americana clip of the week is actually just a picture this week. And it's this plastic chair next to the river.
Chair down by the river with a little opening.
You go there and smoke cigarettes.
Cast a lure.
Yeah, that's Americana.
All right.
Bug's biting me today. You still just sit there.
I get that.
All right, well, that's the end of the show, but we do have some shout-outs. Nothing crazy, but shout-outs for us.
Okay.
Not shout-outs going out. We do have both.
We kind of stopped.
Yeah, after vacation, I hoped everyone would forget.
Me too.
It's too much.
I get it.
And you do a little to be nice, and then you add a couple more to be nice, and then my email is just like, please, monkey, say this.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best.
Dance for me, piggy. They say piggy, not monkey.
It's true. So this is a guy, is his name Peter?
Yeah.
So Peter's, for his 30th birthday, he went skydiving. Here he is skydiving, which is very cool. So here he is.
Okay.
And this is him landing. This is Peter's 30th birthday. He's a show watcher. And then listen to what he says once he gets settled on the earth, when he's back to reality.
Let me know what about your favorite part. Fleckers Talks, the podcast. Best new podcast of all time.
Thank you, Peter. Happy birthday. Isn't that cool?
That is
Jumped
cool.
out of an airplane and shouted us out.
Good for
That's
you.
high production stuff.
You know, it's funny. We could be friends with that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like older people, whatever. This guy turned 30. He's like,
He looks like someone I chill with.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people you chill with, people you hang out with, they watch you.
That's cool.
It's interesting.
Next,
birthday.
Happy birthday, Peter. Thank you for sending that in. Thank you for doing that. We love you. Next, we have Archie the baby. Happy birthday to Archie the baby. He was born during our vacation. So it's a real birthday.
Happy birthday, Archie.
And here he is watching the show. So congrats to the Smith family and hello to Archie. Welcome to the world. There's a lot of migrants here, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Watch out for Indians. And then we have a little happy birthday to the Butler family. We got Boone, who turned 8 on July 17th, Rowan, who turned 6 on August 8th in a couple days, and Sage turns 3 tomorrow on August 6th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you guys.
To everyone.
Here's their family in the background. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
You just have a birthday summer. Every summer is a birthday season. Then you have Christmas season in the winter and, stuff like that.
Keep them separate.
All right, another Bonus Land is about to start.
Oh, almost lost it there. Off the rails.
Another Fleckers Talks in the books. If you guys are watching, well, first, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys are watching to this point and you want 30 minutes of more show, FleckersTalks.com is the website, and that's where we're watching Bonus Land. There were some people asking questions about the easiest way to watch Bonus Land. We're not using the app right now. We're using the web browser. So you just go on the web browser, you sign in, you go to streaming, you'll find all the Bonus Land videos, and then in that, it's like a YouTube unlisted link that's embedded. You can stream the Bonus Lands to the TV from that.
There you go.
Or you can even open it in the YouTube app, whatever is easier. But the web browser is the best way, FleckersTalks.com. Then you go to Bonus Land, then you click the embedded link, and it'll take you to your YouTube app, and you can stream as usual to your TV.
Smart.
All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in Bonus Land, and if not, we'll see you on Friday.
When you feel like the world is backwards and upside down, notifications on, and then you hear the sound. We're This uplifting gold and Fleck's pets getting trolled. Coming up to brighten your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more Fleck's content is what you demand, then just make sure you're sub to bonus land. Fleck's Talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleck's Talks, choose the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Fleck's Talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Fleck's Talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Fleck's Talks, and actions speak louder than words. Fleck's Talks, but at the same time,
My biggest concern is that this is going to be very chewy. I think I've said before that I don't do well with chewy